background is working as a speech and language therapist, so that's been helping people who have speech difficulties arising from neurological things like strokes, Parkinson's disease, motor neuron disease, head injury. What I was particularly interested in was finding out what the impact of those speech impairments was on people's social lives, because obviously speech is something which is a really important aspect of socialising, particularly in people with Parkinson's disease, where things like the clarity of speech and volume of speech are significantly affected. I wanted to find out in my research, which hadn't been done before, was whether we could quantify that and to see whether different levels of speech impairment had more or similar effects on social lives. People with mild speech impairment had similar social networks and social activities to the people who didn't have any impairment, but once the speech impairment became more severe, so those with what we'd call a moderate impairment, there was a significant difference in the size of the social network, which got smaller, and the number of social activities, which got fewer. Social anxiety was slightly different because we found that all people with speech impairment had a significantly raised amount of social anxiety. So the level of the speech impairment wasn't so important, it was the fact of the speech impairment. And that fits with the accounts that people give, where they suggest that even a small change in speech can have quite a devastating impact on how people feel about themselves and how they cope with social situations. So I'm hoping that the information, the data that I've gathered, will be useful in developing a more comprehensive approach to assessment for people with speech difficulties arising in this sort of condition.